So I emailed Grado, and it says here, if the steel band inside the vinyl slash leather head strap detached from the junction block, which has a R or an L on it, this junction is glued during the manufacturing process. Therefore, this is how to reattach it. You place a dab below the hole on both sides of the metal part of the headband. The hole is there to catch the glue. Let the glue set up according to the glue's instruction. Reinsert the metal into the R or L junction block and let it cure. And that's the thing is letting it cure means don't touch it for at least an hour. Hey YouTube, petey twofinger here. I've got a pair of Grado headphones. These happen to be SR 125, and the headphone strap has come disconnected from the junction block. So how this works is you have the drivers, and then there is a piece that holds the drivers, a C-shaped piece that holds the drivers that has this rod that comes up. And then there's this piece here for the adjuster called the junction block. And it's printed L or R. So if your head strap comes unconnected, it's glued from the factory. So you see that hole? That hole is there to catch the glue. Meaning you apply glue to the bottom and below the hole where this metal tab is on the front and the back of it. Let that glue set up for whatever it says on the package, and then you insert it back in. Now when you do that, you want to make sure that the L or the R is facing out. You don't want to glue it in the wrong way, because then it'll be cockeyed. Because one goes they're right and left, and they should be with the writing facing out. I emailed them. I bought these used. I found them at a Salvation Army, and they were a third of the retail price. Which, if it's something like headphones, preferably, I would have been a lot more excited if these would have been like $10 or $15. But this particular place is not known for their value, and they look stuff up. The person who prices stuff looks it up and says, "Oh, these are $150 headphones, huh? So we're gonna charge you $45, even though the left headphone pops out." So yeah, you can see the cable's really heavy duty. It's a real thick cable. This is how you know you have an older pair of Grados. Is the 1/8 to 1/4 inch adapter is a little doohickey guy. It's an external. The newer Grados, they have an E, so it'll say SR 125E. Or is it an I? I forget. So I had actually, I'm not a big Grado guy. I knew about them. I thought they were British. Grado. Hello, chap. Could I borrow your Grados? So yeah, they're from Brooklyn. They're from Brooklyn, New Jersey. Grado. Pip pip cheerio. So I ran into these pair of headphones. I saw them behind the counter with another Dr. Dre Beats is like a fake version of Beats. Or it was like a Transformers looking pair of like big giant things, and they had like a pull this thing down. Yeah, I got my mic. I'm ready to play Halo. So that pair of headphones, it was like a little cubby. They had like some boots and stilettos and accordion stuff that they don't want people stealing. Cactuses, tequila. So racist. Anyway, in this little cubby, and I was like, there's Grados in that pile of headphones, because I know what they look like. They look like if you're watching a World War I movie and the guy's doing Morse code and he's got those with those little things sticking up. That's Grado. And I was like, I called my wife over. I was like, watch this. I'm like, there's Grados in that. And she's like, what? Like, I thought she knew what Grados were. So I was like, they're Grados. Like, we got to get them. And they were $45. And then I went in the back to test them, which was a whole nother thing, of course. None of the CD players worked. And then I remembered that PlayStation 2 had a failure. And if you turned it sideways, it would read the disc. So I had this like big clock radio thing with a CD player, and I turned it on its side, and it read the disc. And I was able to test the headphones, and then realizing that the thing is coming out. The headphone, the head strap has become unattached to the junction block. So I emailed, I was gonna like drill it out, put a screw through it, then I'm like, no, you'll crack it, or over time it'll crack, and where you're going to get that junction block part, then you're going to end up, wire wrapping it and hot glue and all that. So, because these are Grados, I want them to last. It's an investment for me at $45. Hopefully I can get replacement parts from them if need be. Anyway, I was thinking probably just JB weld it, because that's always my solution whenever there's a glue job involved with there's metal. Because I don't really know. I'm not a big glue guy. To me, glue means messy, and it's not going to work. It'll work for 30 minutes, and as soon as it's stressed, it'll come unconnected, So I was going to JB weld them, and it's like thick. That stuff's almost like putty. It's so thick. And I'm like, ideally I would put JB weld on the metal and then get some into the clip too, and let it set up a little bit and then press it together. I'm like, that's not gonna work. This is almost designed to break away as well, so nothing breaks. It'll pop out if there's too much stress, and then you glue it back in with the glue that has the right breakaway strength as well. It's something to consider. I mean, hey, the thing is still in one piece, and I was able to glue it. So I emailed Grado, and it says here, if the steel band inside the vinyl/leather head strap detached from the junction block, which has a R or an L on it, this junction is glued during the manufacturing process. Therefore, this is how to reattach it. I love this. Grado service. You guys are awesome. Obtain some crazy glue gel, cyanoacrylate. Place a dab below the hole on both sides of the metal part of the headband. So this metal strip comes down and terminates. It's kind of rounded. There's a hole there. And it says the hole is there to catch the glue. So when you push it in there, that excess glue goes in the hole rather than squirting out and making a mess. So it's a brilliant design. Obtain some crazy glue gel, cyanoacrylate. Place a dab below the hole on both sides of the metal part of the headband. The hole is there to catch the glue. Let the glue set up according to the glue's instruction. So that means you don't right away jam it in there. You saw how I was trying to. I didn't use crazy glue gel, which I'm guessing the reason they're saying that is so it doesn't drip. To be honest with you, I mean, it says cyanoacrylate, and that's what this is. But don't go. I mean, if you're gonna, if you've got a pair of Grados and it's got this problem, and you're gonna buy the glue, buy the gel. If you've already got this, I think this is the same thing. I don't want to be like a know-it-all, but so you place a dab below the hole on both sides of the metal part of the headband. The hole is there to catch the glue. Let the glue set up according to the glue's instruction. reinsert the metal into the R or L junction block and let it cure. And that's the thing is letting it cure means don't touch it for at least an hour. Where it says R or L, that needs to be facing out, because if you do it wrong, it'll be cockeyed. One will be this way, one will be that way. So your headphones will be like. I checked them out. They're really they feel like they breathe, like they're really open air headphones. Like there's holes all drilled around where the drivers are, and they just breathe. So that's part of the experience. That it's not like super bass jam, like get your beats on and slam that music into your eardrums. This is like a lower decibel, like it's all about detail. So yeah, awesome Grado service. Thank you very much. Please let us know if you have any further questions, and thanks for enjoying Grado headphones.